Good morning, fifth grade online learners. Today is February 4th, 2021, and we have a quiz tomorrow. So I'm going to grab a study guide and we're going to go over it. Okay, online, as you well know at home, you have this study guide to look at. This is your biggest friend for tomorrow's quiz. After the quiz, there's a video for you to watch. The people here are Mr. Giovanni's class, and they are currently, I'm trying to find a good place to stand, they are currently working on their study guides, so I'm going to try to stay out of their way. For fifth grade, your study guide and the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions will deal with these words. Magnetic field, an area where a magnetic field can be observed. Lodestones, these are a type of magnetic rock. So on the quiz, when you see something silly like river rock, no, that's not magnetic. A lodestone is a type of magnetic rock. Poles, the two regions of a magnet, north and south pole. The earth has a north and south pole, and so do magnets. Magnetism, a force created by the motion of electrons in atoms. Magnetism is a force created by the motion of electrons in atoms. Electromagnet. An electric current is used to create this type of magnet. In the book, we saw they used a battery with a north and south pole. They put a wire coming off the negative end, wrapped it around a metal nail, took it to the positive end, and now that nail was magnetized because of the battery and the wire, and it could pick up things like paper clips. On a much larger scale, electromagnets can even lift a car up. If you were looking to, maybe you had a junk car and you were looking to recycle the metal, that magnet is strong enough to lift an entire car of 2,000 or 3,000 pounds. Magnet, atoms that house moving electrons line up in the same direction and the fields around them combine, creating a strong magnet. Key concepts. An electromagnet can be stronger by wrapping coils around the center and using a stronger battery. Iron and other metals can act as a magnet. All magnets have a north and south pole. Even if you break that magnet in half somehow, it's still going to have a north and south pole. Magnets that have a north and north pole facing each other will repel each other. So if you try to put two magnets together and the north and north ends are touching, they're going to bounce away from each other. They will attract if the north and south pole are facing each other. Magnets that have a north and south pole will attract. I just said that. Using a flashlight battery, a coil of wire, and a paper rod cannot make an electromagnet. Paper is not a conductor of electricity. Striking or heating a magnet will move some of the magnet's atoms out of line. So if you hit a magnet with a hammer, you're going to mess the atoms up and you might damage that magnet. When you rub an iron nail with a magnet, the nail will become magnetized for a short time, or a metal screw. So if you're trying to work on something and you don't want to hold the screw with one hand and the screwdriver with the other, you can even magnetize the screwdriver. Just rub a magnet, and probably for about 5 minutes or so, that screwdriver will become a magnet. And then eventually it'll wear off. Okay, now you do not have this at home, online learners, but we have it at school, and I have the answers behind me. What happens when electrons are aligned in the same direction? The fields around them combine to create a strong magnet. What happens when the two magnets on the left are near each other? So that's these two magnets. What's going to happen when the two on the left are near each other? They repel or push away from each other, because on the left you put two north poles next to each other, so they're going to bounce away. What happens when the two magnets on the right are near each other? Now you're putting a north and a south pole together over here, and they will attract to each other. They attract to each other is the answer. How does rubbing a magnet along an iron nail create a temporary magnet? The magnet causes the nail's atoms to align for a short time. So that nail has atoms, they all line up for a very short time, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. Depends on how strong of a magnet you use to get them to line up. Fill in the blank. You can construct a simple electromagnet by using a flashlight battery, a coil of wire, and an iron core such as a nail. 6. You can increase the strength of an electromagnet by wrapping more coils around the core and using a stronger battery. So if you want to pick up a car, you better have a strong battery. You want to pick up a paper clip, you can use a regular household battery. Okay, so 5th grade, make sure you realize that there were 3 journal entries this week, a quiz on Friday, and some of you have not done your career project at home yet. Please check PowerSchool, because if I don't have everything in, I'm going to start putting zeros in. You can always turn those zeros into points, but you have to send me an email and say, Mr. Mullins, I got caught up on my work. Okay, I don't like giving zeros, but that seems to be the only way I can catch someone's attention. And 0 out of 10 can really hurt your grade. All right, so let's be positive about this, and let's say that we can get caught up with our work. And if you see a 0 in PowerSchool, change it into points and let me know that you changed it into points. Send me an email, tell me to look for it. Okay, 5th grade, we appreciate the work you're doing at home, and we're looking forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.